And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Tua going to throw. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Trying to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And he'll be out right at the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. From the red zone now, Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action, Newton. Looking end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 19 yards away. And the Colts are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They snap it to Newton. Here's a diving catch right side. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Two and now on first down. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And going deep for Hill. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 48 yards. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to move. The sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try the air now with Newton. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Channing Tindall is there for the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Newton. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Newton now to throw. The 20. 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Here's Newton. Flushed out right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 2nd and goal, Newton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Again, Newton. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Forced out to his left. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Newton. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Hill.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. T.J. Green with a pick.
And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. I mean, 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Channing Tindall
from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, he's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Alec Pierce.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Tua. And going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going?
He's got a man complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown Colts.
4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton.
And the Colts continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Here's Raymond bringing it out.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They run once more with Taylor.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
On fourth down, Newton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Tua on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Now Newton on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On second and 10, Newton. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Looking for Campbell downfield. This is intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, all I can do up here. Just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
They fake the give. Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, this offense, yeah, they keep running more, but they kind of got to be careful here, CD. I mean, we're still in the third quarter. This game isn't over yet.
I would agree with you there because while they've had all kinds of success and hit on some deep balls like this, the one thing they can't do is start to get loose with the football. A lot of time left, as you mentioned, and if they keep turning it over, they'll bring them back into the game.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. In motion, Hill. Tua sets up to pass it. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd and 15 now. Tua going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. They find some open field here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Again, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Now a give to Taylor. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On play action, here's Tua. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
118 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. 2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Colts on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here we go. Sticky, green. Check two.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Tua, out route to Hill, complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. Play action. Now it's Tua.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Tua now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Here's Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
125 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Throwing here, Newton. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Well, the Colts will play again next week.